Hey, everybody, I'm Tom Vassell.
Hi, I'm Eric Summerer. I was going to do an intro and stuff. Do you
Shut up, I'll do the intro in a second.
And I'm Crystal Pisano.
And welcome to Dice Tower Tonight.
Episode 28.
Now, do your intro now. That's how this works.
Welcome to Dice Tower Tonight, a video cast about board games and card games, and especially the people who play them. On tonight's show, Tom has a mustache. We'll ask Crystal about her first cruise ever. We talk about some recent plays. We play another of Tom's devious games, and we take your questions live. I'm Eric Summerer, and joining me now, the Captain Stubing and Julie McCoy to my Isaac the bartender, Tom and Crystal.
Yeah, I didn't hear any of that stuff. It must have been some... Is that Love Boat garbage?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to say that is not a reference that I caught immediately.
Well, Eric's getting a little too predictable. It's like, Crystal went on a cruise. I know. Let's talk about something cruise ship thing. I think the only thing I can think of is Love Boat. Let's do it. That was my logical stream.
You know how hard it is to come up with these every other week?
I come up with a top 10 list every other week. All you have to come up with is an intro.
And a pun.
Which I have help with. But let's not focus on that. There's lots of prep work.
Eric, your microphone is like falling to pieces on us for whatever reason.
It's being a little bit shady.
Shady, huh?
Yeah, kind of.
Sounds like it's not plugged in properly, but that's okay.
Yeah.
You're new to this whole microphoning thing.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, sounds better now. Yeah.
Okay. My bag was sitting on the cord.
To all of you watching, welcome to Dice Tower Tonight. This is a live show in which we talk about all kinds of things, especially games. And I'm a little peeved at Crystal and Eric currently. Now, to be fair, that's pretty much every show. But I'll tell you why. First of all, so Tuesday night, we wanted to play games. And I was very excited. We're going to get to play some games. Oh, my mustache just broke.
That's the quote of the night so far. Oh, my mustache just broke.
And that was the linchpin that was holding this whole show together. So now who knows what's going to happen.
So anyhow, we wanted to play Dice Settlers and the new Camel Up game. Everyone was very excited to try these games out. And I said, we cannot play these until we finish this nonsense. These two games, Ruthless and what was the other game? The salmon swimming game. Upriver.
Yeah.
We picked in the last one. So after we were done with Ruthless, they were like, please can we play the other games? And I was like, no, we have to play the salmon one first. So we did. And then when we finished that game, they said, these games better be amazing after having subjected to that. And I was like, yes, I agree. You both chose so poorly.
Okay, no. Hold on. I'm going to take umbrage at this because just because those games are bad does not mean that the options that we didn't choose are good.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. So...
oh, no. You just walked right into that, Crystal.
I know.
Ohio, which is the one that we couldn't pronounce. Remember, I was like, it's actually Ohio. It's in
Didn't
Portuguese.
Chat vote that one out? Chat voted that one out. I'm pretty sure. Just keep going.
Either way, that game is quite good.
It did. It looked lovely.
It did. Ruthless is not bad. It's just not great. It's okay. But that salmon game stabbed me with a knife. In fact, so we were playing a 5-player game of it, which was dumb anyway. But there's a stack of tiles you have to go through to go down the river. Halfway through, when the new people, there was a couple new people who never played games before, and I'm feeling bad about this, right? So they were looking the other way, and I took half that stack and threw it back in the box. And the other guy who was playing with me, who was a good gamer and saw me, he was like, yes. And then the next day, Derek's like, I thought the game got shorter for some reason. I was like, yes, and no one complained.
Yeah, no, for the record, in our most recent episode, Chat voted out the one game that I was most interested in the first round. So I blame Chat for all of it.
Yeah, I think Chat voted out some of my favorites as well on that one.
So, well, no, I'm willing to blame Chet for a lot of things. Okay, but so real quickly, Ruthless is a deck building game, but it's a fairly slow one, as in you draw 5 cards, and then you do actions with those cards. And then like you do an action, we go around and you play cards from your hand. And then when that's over, you discard all the cards, including any cards you bought that turn. And then you draw 5 more cards, and you do that 5 times, and that's the whole game. So it's not your typical take cards and churn them through your deck, but it feels unbalanced. It feels like some cards are better than others by far. The stupid salmon game, whose name I'm forgetting, and doesn't matter. It's a racing game with such a gigantic first-player advantage. It is mind-numbingly, mind-blowing to me that was not noticed. As in, there can only be so many fish per spot. So whoever goes first goes like this. Boop, boop, boop. Hey, no one can pass me. Hey, that was fun. Let's do that again. Oh, my goodness. It's bad. Okay,
which
great.
One? I don't even remember which one I got. Which one is mine and which one's Eric's?
I think you got the pirate one because you were complaining about it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So you actually came out slightly better than Eric, in my opinion. However, Eric has a track record for liking really bad games.
Well, so, yay, I'm consistent?
My dog thinks you are, so.
So, I don't want to talk about those. I'm going to talk about a couple good things. First of all,
Sure.
Build or Boom. This is a game I played with my 4-year-old son. And essentially, you have a platform that comes with the game. And you attach to this platform a rubber hose, which you will not stick up your nose. And attach this to this. Okay. And then you'll attach the other one to this little pump here. Then there's 2 of these. Then you'll draw a card, and the card will show you some sort of thing you need to build. So this one here says I need to build this, and then this on top of it, and this, and whatever it is. Once you finish, you have the handle for your opponents, and then, well, that didn't really work out so well, and then you'll simply just pump the thing, and it makes the bottom of this pop up and knock over their tower. So, see? So you build really quickly, follow the instructions, and then you blow up your opponent's tower. Or, in the case of a 5-year-old or 4-year-old, you allow them to build their tower and then let them blow it up themselves, which causes a lot less tears. It's silly fun. I thought it was amusing, but that's exactly what the game is. However, cooler than that. I bought this because of Scott Alden, and I blame him.
Oh, is it the marble track one?
Yeah, you know what? You could get this if you weren't spending $10,000 on a Millennium Falcon made of Legos.
It's
all right.
Voltron, and it's amazing.
Yeah, but you know what I can do with this? Play with it.
I can play with Voltron. I can make him transform.
You put it on the shelf and you told your kids not to touch it.
Those 2 things are not mutually exclusive.
Yeah, so this is just the marble ramp, but it's really easy to put together. And this device right here, if you can set it up, it has magnets in it, so a marble can come down, hit it, and shoot another marble up, so it will go down the thing again. It's really cool. And my son, who's 4 years old, was able to help me put it together. It's not that hard. It's one of the easiest marble ramps I've ever put together in my life. One problem. This set is amazing. There's an expansion set for it, which is garbage. I might as well just have bought 2 starters. There's more stuff in the starter than there is in the expansion. And the expansion just some of the stuff in the starter. So, I don't know. I mean, there's a few other little things like a loop. I may have bought everything. Because marble ramps are like my biggest weakness. When I was a kid, I would ask my parents for marble ramps. I would take the Hot Wheel tracks and put them all over house and do marbles. I thought that stuff was great. If I had a YouTube channel, I would have like 1 million views from the videos of making marbles go everywhere. But I'm too late on that now.
Do you watch that YouTube channel, the Jellies Marble Runs?
Oh, I love it.
They're so good.
So good. I root for the marbles the whole time. Like, come on, orange.
Right. Like, no, yellow was in the lead, and now and I think the commentary, honestly, the guy that runs that channel, he does such a spot-on commentary. If people have not seen Jelly's Marble Runs, go look it up. And he did he did it in tandem with the Olympics. He did Olympic events with the marbles. Oh, the best.
Yes. And then there are winners from previous seasons that you can then root for and see if the previous season is going to do well this season. They get a bye. They don't have to qualify.
No,
Pretty
I
cool
agree.
name.
That stuff's really important. I mean, I can't. Anyway, so this is cool. I highly recommend it. I like things like this that let you put together, and they're a toy, but they also teach things. It teaches you angles and things like that. But it's durable, easy to put together, and it wasn't that expensive either. So I was pretty impressed with it. But don't get the expansion set. Just get the starter, and if you want more, buy another starter. That's what I should have done. All right, it's Crystal's turn.
It's my turn. So, as Eric stated at the top of the episode, I just got back from my very first cruise. My husband and I decided for our joint vacation, our big vacation this year, that we were going to cruise the Mexican Riviera. We were on the Carnival Splendor out of Long Beach, and we stopped in Cabo, Mazatlan, and Puerto Vallarta. And it was a lot of fun. But of course, I brought some games with me while we were there. He and I played a couple different games. We played some Sprawlopolis, the button shy game that I believe I mentioned in a previous episode briefly when I got it from the Kickstarter. We played the 2-player game Blood of an Englishman, which I'm really kind of keen on. It's from Renegade Games. It's asymmetric. One player is playing as Jack and one player is playing as the Giant. And the 2 players have different actions that they can take as well as different objectives that they are trying to accomplish. So while Jack is trying to build up 3 different beanstalks and then collect different treasures, such as the goose or a harp, the Giant is obviously trying to reduce Jack to rubble, and so he is trying to get the fee, fi, fo, and fum cards, which are there's 2 of each of them, I believe, in the deck total, trying to get them all into a single column. All the cards are laid out in rows, and then the players can move the cards in different ways throughout the game. So yeah, there's the little fee, fi, fo, fum type cards. They've got little red banners on them, and it's literally just a back and forth until one player has completed their goal. It's fun. I like that it's asymmetric. It's still pretty quick. It doesn't take up a ton of table space, even though you have to lay out the columns of cards. So I really enjoy it, and it was a great one to bring with us, obviously when it was super windy. Yes, do you have a question?
Yes. Which side won more often for you guys?
It was the Giant for us, typically. I find that the Giant tends to win more often generally. The Giant is intentionally powerful. So I think Jack kind of gets a bum deal sometimes, but it's also fun to play as Jack because I have won as Jack before. So it's possible, but I think it's more difficult.
I think it's actually pretty well balanced, but I think the Giant is easier to play and understand. So until one person knows what they're doing, the Giant's going to win more often, I think, at the beginning.
Okay, yeah. And then the other thing that I did a lot while we were on the cruise is I actually downloaded right before we left the new app version of Stockpile. Stockpile is a game that came out in 2015 from Nauvoo Games, and I played it back in 2015 when it released. It was funny. It was actually in the Play to Win section of a local con in Utah called STG Con that takes place in St. George, Utah. And it was in the Play to Wins, so I wasn't expecting anything out of it. Fell in love instantly. And I don't typically like mathy stock market type games. So when I heard that there was an app, I immediately downloaded it. And I've played this app a ton. It is so good. I should just start like a game. There's a lot of different AIs you can choose from. And then the board is really clear. All of the actions are super clear. You can add in all of the stuff from the expansion right in the base game of the app. You can see everything. You can choose which parts of the expansion you want to do. All very simple and streamlined. I can say I don't know how well the tutorial for the game itself works in the app because I already know how to play the board game. So I just had to learn the functionality of the app itself, but I was not learning the game from the app. But as far as app implementations of board games goes, this is one of my favorites. And I think it's $4.99 on iOS, at least here in the United States, which honestly is a little more than I tend to pay for board game apps since I don't typically use them a ton. I've gotten my money's worth and then some already. So I highly recommend the app version of Stockpile if you like that game.
So did you like the cruise?
I did like the cruise. I liked Mexico more than the boat itself, but honestly, I think that's because it was just my husband and I, and a lot of the activities on the boat are geared, I think, a little more toward families or groups of people or things like that. Like there's karaoke on the boat, and I love karaoke, but when it's just me and my husband and I don't have a group of friends or other people with me, it doesn't feel quite as fun. Like I don't mind singing to a room of strangers, but it's, I like having friends around to hang out with. And I feel like the Dice Tower cruise in January is going to be even more fun because I'll have all of you with me and it'll be our whole gang together.
We're actually renting out the karaoke room one night.
Oh,
Awesome.
I'm so in. I want to see Eric's face when I sing Tenacious D again.
Well, I figured if I rented the room, then I have to be invited.
Okay, for the record, you were invited, and I'm gonna keep saying this. You weren't coming, and you know it, and you're gonna keep bringing it up, and whatever. But no, I'll be there. If you have the karaoke room rented, I will be there.
All right. And finally, number 1, Eric Summer.
It's the Home Alone game.
Woo!
It says "Merry Christmas, you filthy animal" on the top of the box. This is from Big G Creative. It was one of their Gen Con releases, and we got to play this. Took the kids to a local convention this weekend.
Looks like garbage.
It's
when Eric says after Tom says it's garbage, that's generally a confirmation.
Here's the deal. No, listen. Big G stuff is kind of all over the board. Their breakfast cereal game is fantastic. Their Brady Bunch game is awful. I got this game. I actually brought it with me last night to gaming, but I don't get the whole sweater thing. Why is that Home Alone? Am I missing the connection?
Well, the whole design of the game is a Christmas sweater. So you've got the player boards. Here's Kevin's board. It's basically a 2-player game. You can play it with multiple players, but you just end up having multiple wet bandits attacking one Kevin player. It's primarily 2-player. You got Kevin, and he's got his own deck, and then the wet bandits are trying to collect a certain amount of loot from the house. You've got 3. My son played this last, and he made a big mess of it all. You have 3 locations that the crooks are trying to break in, and they also look like a Christmas sweater. You got the front door, you've got the upstairs window, and you've got the downstairs window. And so you got these 3 locations that are on the table, and each round, Kevin is going to draw 3. Come out. 3 loot cards, and they also look like Christmas sweaters. And so you get to see what possibly is available this round. There are some very specialized items that are like a key to the safe. It's not worth anything on its own, but if you get the safe, it's now worth $600. Or there's a stereo that if you get both speakers and the hi-fi unit, it's worth more. But it's not worth all that much on its own. So Kevin secretly places the loot on each of those locations and places traps. So Kevin's got their deck, and you've got the toy cars on the stairs, or the tar on the steps. And each of these has a cost for getting past it. So there's also a cost to even enter the zone. So I might have to discard a card from my hand as the Wet Bandits. I've got my hand of cards that have symbols on them. Hi, Wet Bandit, with different symbols and colors and stuff. And so I have to maybe discard a card from my hand or from my deck to even enter the house. And then we reveal the first trap. And it might be a decoy like the mannequin or like a shower curtain, or it might be feathers and a fan that blow at me. And I can either discard the proper color Christmas light from my hand or take the pain, which means I have to discard usually more cards from my hand or from my deck to get past this card. If I manage to get past all of the cards, and there might be anywhere from 0 to all 6 of the cards in one particular location, then I get to take that loot and put it into my van. I'm trying to get, I think, like $2,000. And then you start a new round. Any cards that didn't get revealed, any loot that didn't get revealed, gets swept away into the discard piles. You draw back up to 6 cards and do the whole thing again until either the bandits have 2,000 or Kevin runs out of cards, and then the bandits just have free reign of the house, or you run out of loot. Or if the bandits run out of cards, then they can't come at the house anymore. So far, there's also a die that has the paint can on it. If you have a paint can symbol, you can roll the paint can die and possibly smack the bandits in the face. Which just has you discarding more cards. So far, it seems like Kevin is way easier to play in this game. You can almost play randomly as Kevin, and there's enough resources you have to expend simply to enter the house that the bandits may not be able to collect all they need to collect. You only have 30 cards in the bandit deck. So with all of the discards to even get into the house, sometimes you have to get rid of 2 just to enter. And then getting smacked in the face with a paint can, or depending on what cards show up, you might be spending a lot just to get a $200 ring or something. And that's a long way from victory. So far, we haven't seen the bandits win. So I'm a little worried about balance, but that could just be, not knowing how the game works yet. I'm not sold on this. You have to really be engaged with the theme, I think, to embrace this game. But my son really enjoyed it. My 7-year-old had a blast smacking me in the face with paint cans. And he giggled every time one of these traps came up. He's recently seen the movie. And so he was having a lovely time with all the traps and revealing everything. So on that sense, look, it's the arachnids on the side of the box. In that sense, it has value, and I think my kids are enjoying it. I am not that interested because I am worried it's too easy for Kevin to defend the house. But that's the Home Alone game.
To be fair, it was a little too easy for him to defend the house in the movie.
Yes.
I would have taken him out.
They were idiots.
Actually, and the first time I watched it, I don't remember what age I was. I was like, go, Kevin, go. Every time after that, though, I'm like, man, that kid needs to get his clock cleaned. I feel bad for those guys. That kid.
Yeah.
After a while, I'm kind of like, just let him steal some money and get out of there. Come on, Kevin, you're a jerk.
Yes.
Also, there is no possible way to get on an airplane and not know your kid's not with you. Period.
Yeah, I don't buy that, especially twice.
Well, yeah, twice. But I'm talking about even the first time. I have left kids at places before, maybe, and you can't prove it. Okay, but it's something we've noticed like really soon, especially if there's a ticket. Now we just have them count every time we get in. Everyone count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually,
they did that in the movie. They did a head count, and the neighbor kid was standing next to the van. So they counted the kids, and there were the correct number, and then the neighbor kid walked away. And they didn't.
No, I get that, but they didn't make the kids say their own number.
Yeah.
Also, flight attendant
was the
didn't
90s,
scan the.
Tom. Nobody cared about kids in the 90s, clearly.
All right. So, Eric, you took your kids to a con.
I did, and it went relatively well. This
is a small con, right?
This is a fall con in Stamford, Connecticut. It's just a few hundred people. Basically one hotel ballroom and an atrium space. But it's growing. And it's some scheduled events, lots of open gaming. They're trying to institute a family, kids and families section. This was 2 firsts. It was my youngest's first time going at all. And it was my eldest's first time actually teaching scheduled events. He taught Decrypto, he taught Crosstalk, he taught Quartz, and those were scheduled events. And he had people signed up for it, and they ran and got good reviews as a game teacher. And I was also teaching some things, mostly family-friendly stuff like Stuffed Fables and Thanos Rising, which was a hit. And my son was playing in those. But then at one point, I was teaching Merchant of Venus, and my youngest, he was within earshot and within eyeshot, but he was just sort of on his own playing stuff in the same room. And it went relatively well. My wife did not come because it was her birthday, and she went to New York City with friends instead. This was her gift. Take the children to the game convention. It went well. I'm very proud of them both, and I think we can probably do this again. So it's kind of nice to know that this can be our future is going on a dad and kids excursion to the local game con.
Cool. All right, is everyone ready to play games?
No, but okay.
No, this is what I've done today. All right. I made the questions easier.
Hooray! Yay!
Yay!
Maybe we won't suck so much.
That is also my hope. We're pulling the questions from Mr. Lister's quiz shootout. If you notice, this game actually has holes in the box. Ooh.
Wow.
And that mustache is not broken.
Well, it came from this game.
Oh.
Right.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Stop doing that.
You know, I have a game with a better mustache that's not broken.
No. All right. So we'll go back and forth. We're going to give you very simple questions. All right. And if you both get the same amount of questions correct, then we'll have a tiebreaker, but that will only happen if you both get the same number of questions correct. So here we go. Now, a couple things to note. This game was made 2 or 3 years ago, so that may affect stuff, maybe. Secondly, the game originally comes from England, so that may affect the answers also.
Oh, yes, I'm sure this is going to be so easy.
Oh, wow. Eric, you go first since you're complaining less. All right, so
All right.
we're going to go back and forth. Eric, there are 8 common ways to cook an egg. List them. You're first. 8 common ways to cook an egg.
Boil.
I'm sorry?
Boil. Hard boil.
Thank you, Eric. 1
Okay.
point. Crystal,
Scrambled.
that is correct. Eric,
Over easy.
that is not in the top 8. Crystal,
Sunny side up.
no.
This
Eric,
thing's flawed. This game is flawed. Okay. Soft boiled.
yes. This is how to cook an egg. It doesn't say a style of egg.
Okay, so poached.
Yes. Eric,
Fried.
yes. Crystal,
Over medium.
no. Eric,
Well, now I'm out. We said scrambled. We said omelet.
yes. Crystal,
What's the name of the thing?
so far we have hard-boiled, soft-boiled, scrambled, fried, omelet, and poached. You have 2 left.
What's the thing?
It's
Darn
spaghetti.
it! No, it's the one that you Darn it! I can't remember what it's called. I know what I'm trying to think of.
Oh, someone just said online, isn't omelet just scrambled eggs? Get out of here. Come on now. They're very different.
Well, it's scrambled eggs to begin with. And then got structure. Okay.
There's such a difference.
It's the thing that has all the stuff mixed into.
Eric.
Ah.
How about a quiche?
Oh, darn it!
No.
That's it.
All right. Okay, the last 2 answers, I'm not waiting all day for y'all. The last ones are baked and coddled.
Yeah, I wasn't
Coddled.
getting those.
Yeah, no.
All right, Crystal, you're losing, so you're going to go first here.
Okay.
Pool balls come in 9 different colors. Let's go through them.
Green.
Yes.
Black.
Yes.
White.
Yes.
Yellow.
Yes.
Red.
Yes.
Blue.
Yes.
Orange.
Yes.
Purple.
Yes.
That's 8, isn't it? Oh, we're missing 1. What are we missing?
Common
Orange.
sense.
Red, blue. I'm going through the thing. We said
You asked what we were missing, not what you were missing. This is a group thing. I'm
Red.
accepting.
orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, black, white. We said all those. Brown.
Eric.
Oh, not brown. Oh man.
Okay, good. I'm like, am I missing something crazy obvious here?
Yeah, no, I think we've got all the obvious ones, but they It's not like another shade. They're all very bold
Yeah,
colors.
they're all bold. Like,
we did orange. We did all the like basic. We did the three mains. We did the mixes of the three mains, and black and white. And lavender.
No. Last chance, Crystal.
I mean, they're not light. They're not like light colors. Any of them. So gray. I know there's no gray, but I'll say
There's
gray.
no gray. Eric.
It's not brown. You said so. Is it tan?
Nope. All right. It is maroon.
Oh.
Maroon.
See,
What a maroon.
I can't accept that brown and maroon are the same color. That's too.
Yeah, they're not.
close.
No, that's fine. It's also a form of a shade of red, but
All right, but that was a tie. So the tie breaker question comes into effect. All right, so whoever's closest to this in either direction gets it. You can both have the answer, and Crystal, you get to guess first.
Okay.
What year was the first coin-operated pool table patented?
Coin-operated pool table. Let's go with 1923.
All right, Eric.
1924.
And he said it's not. Yeah.
Well, that was stupid, Eric. It's 1903. Crystal, you get it. And we'll give you 2 points for that. All right, here we go. Next one. See, you got to tell me these are easier than the last several.
Accurate.
Yeah. Colors. Easy.
Name the colors in the rainbow, basically. Yes, we can do
All
that.
right, Eric, this one starts with you. There are 9 best-selling laundry detergents in the U.S. List the 9 best-selling laundry detergents.
Tide.
Yes. This is a Tide commercial.
What's funny is Tide is like the only one that entered my head immediately. And I can think of fabric softeners, but those aren't detergents. So maybe they make detergents too. I'll say Downy.
Eric.
Oh man, this is going to be bad.
All.
You have to pick one. Okay, yes, all is correct.
Oh, I have one.
Go ahead. Eric.
Oh man.
Gain.
Huh?
Gain.
Yes.
Okay.
We now know which co-host is the cleanest.
That's probably accurate, truthfully. I'm trying to think. Okay, what do we have? We have Tide.
Eric, do you do the laundry?
Not as often as I should, but I have done the laundry. Yeah.
That's also my answer, but that also equals never.
On occasion.
For hand washing, I have Woolite. Is that in the top?
No, Eric.
See, now I don't know. 7th generation.
No, Crystal.
How about Best Choice?
No, Eric.
I figured if Walmart if any of the generics were going to take it,
Yeah, I think I've gone through the ones I know. Clorox.
That's a bleach.
No. All right, so it's Tide, Gain, All, Arm & Hammer, who also is an actor in the Lone Ranger movie.
Hammer.
Purex. I feel his parents were jerks, period. You should not, if your last name's Hammer, don't name your kid Armand. Anyhow, Extra, Era, Dreft, and Whisk. All right.
Era and Whisk, yeah.
Let's go back to colors. We'll start with Crystal since Eric whooped her on that last question. The 8 main human eye colors.
Green.
Correct.
I know that one really well as I get very close to my camera.
Very egocentric to name your own color eyes first.
Yeah. Blue.
Crystal.
Brown.
Yes.
Violet.
No.
Oh.
Hazel.
Yes.
Black.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
I said violet, right? How about lavender?
No.
White?
No. Eric.
Red?
Yes. I believe there's-
Orange?
Nope. There's one left.
Yellow.
And one of you is going to be annoyed about this. No.
Brown green.
No. Eric.
We did.
All right. Time's up.
Yeah.
In an unrelated question, Crystal, just for people watching, does a podcast. And you don't do it alone, right?
I do not do it alone.
You do it with
Ambi.
It's Amber.
Amber.
Oh, that's just. I mean, whatever. Well, shout out. Got a plug for Board Game Blitz in there, so it's a good day, I suppose.
Ooh. All right, so let's go to food because we all like food. Smucker's produces 10 flavors of jam. What are they? We'll start with Crystal.
Strawberry.
Yes.
Grape.
Yes.
Blackberry.
Yes.
Mint.
No.
Blueberry.
No.
Boysenberry.
Yes.
Peach.
No.
Strawberry rhubarb.
That's so delicious, but no.
Pear?
No.
Orange marmalade.
Oh, that's not a jam. It's a marmalade. All right, so here's the ones you missed. Here's all of them. I don't remember which ones you said. Blackberry, grape,
Got it.
mango,
Mango.
red plum,
What?
black raspberry, blackberry, boysenberry, red raspberry, seedless strawberry, and strawberry. Let's do the tiebreaker question for no reason at all. Eric, you go first this time, and you're not allowed to pick one away from the last person because that's dorky.
I mean,
Two away.
that's
How many PBJs does the average American eat before the age of 18, unless you're allergic, of course? So if you're not allergic to nuts, how many PBJs does the average American eat?
I feel like I'm at a disadvantage here. That's really quite not fair because
How's that not fair?
I've never eaten one because I am allergic, and so I have no frame of reference.
Just guess then. It's not like Eric knows. He's not sitting there going, well, I'm sure it's been this number going by my life.
Since I can consume peanut butter, I inherently know the answer is, I'm going to say, let's say 100 a year for the kids. I'm gonna go with 1,400. 1,400.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 972.
And the answer is 1,500. Eric, with his advantage of not being allergic to peanuts, gets it.
I'm telling you, I have no clue.
That's nonsense. All right. There are 12 ingredients in Rachel Ray's chicken noodle soup. What are the 12 ingredients in Rachel Ray's chicken noodle soup? Wait, it's called chick and noodle soup, not chicken. Chick and noodle soup? That's weird. All right, whatever.
Who's first?
Crystal is.
Chicken.
That was obviously correct. If there's not chicken, it's a whole new thing.
I mean, if it is chick and noodle soup, that does feel like one of those like marketing ways to like be like, but it's not real chicken. It's like tofu, you know?
I'm going to say noodles.
That's correct.
I'm going to say chicken stock.
Yes.
Celery.
Yes.
Salt.
Yes.
Butter.
No butter.
Pepper.
Yes.
Onions.
Yes.
Carrots.
Yes. You guys are doing well.
Uh,
I bake more than I clean clothes, apparently.
what other veggies would be in there? How about
I have an idea.
scallions?
No, but that's delicious. I would put them in. Yes. Crystal.
Garlic.
No, which is shameful because you should put garlic in pretty much everything. Eric.
Flour?
No, that's if you want to make it stew.
Yeah, or I'm thinking a roux to begin with, but no.
Yeah.
Time's up. All right, here we go. Chicken stock, noodles, carrots, parsnip, onion, celery, bay leaves, salt, pepper, parsley, and dill.
Huh.
Interesting. All right, let's jump to list the top best Dr. Seuss books according to the Children's Book Guide.
How many are on the
Eric
list?
were you allergic to reading as a child, so Eric has an advantage here too?
I was just about to ask who's going first.
You are.
Cat in the Hat.
That is correct.
Green eggs and ham.
Yes. Although, again, as a side note here, I really feel like the guy who was being forced to eat green eggs and ham had a point. If someone offered me green eggs and ham, I would also probably say no.
Yeah.
But if he was
All right.
that insistent, wouldn't you at least try it?
Well, first of all, that guy came close to being a stalker in that book.
How about one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish?
Yes.
Hop on Pop.
Oh, I love that book, except for, do you realize that when kids do hop on pop, it hurts like the dickens?
Uh-huh.
How about Oh, the Places You'll Go?
Oh, I love that one. Yes.
That's the classic graduation gift for.
Yes, it is. And to think that I saw it on Mulberry Street.
Oh, that's a good one, but it's not on the list, Eric.
All right.
Grinch Who Stole Christmas.
Yes. Although technically that's not the right title, but we'll allow it.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
All right.
Horton Hears a Who.
That one's not on here.
The basis of Seussical. What's
I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying it's not on the list here.
How many are on the list, by the way?
My favorite Dr. Seuss book's not on this list, so whatever.
I think I've expended my Seuss knowledge.
All right, back to you, Eric. Your last chance.
The 500 Hats of Bartholomew Cubbins.
Oh, that's my second favorite Seuss book. Yeah, it's not on here either. My favorite is If I Ran the Zoo.
Mm.
But they also, okay, so it's All the Places You Go, Green Eggs and Ham, Cat in the Hat, The Lorax,
Oh.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas, One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish, Mr. Brown Can Moo, Can You?
Oh, yeah.
Hop on Pop, Dr. Seuss's ABC, and the classic Fox in Socks.
Oh, Fox and Socks.
You know, there was an animated like short and film that I loved when I was a kid, and it's drawn in the Seuss style, but I don't actually know if it was based on a Seuss book. It was called Pantoffel Pock, Where Are You? And it was about a guy who had a magical piano that when he played it would take him to like faraway lands, and it was the coolest story. I loved it. I don't know if it's an actual book, but it was definitely drawn in Seuss style, the animated like movie. It was good.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like the Dr. Seuss animated stuff. All right. It is currently 23-23.
Is that real, or did you just make it a tie because you wanted it to be a tie? Okay.
Why would I lie about this? I want you both to lose. All right.
So if it's a tie, you win? Is that how this goes?
List the 8 best-selling condiments in the U.S. But going first here could be an advantage. So before we, this will be a question to see who goes first. Let's go back to Dr. Seuss. How many words are used in Green Eggs and Ham, not counting repeated words? So how many words are used, different words are used in Green Eggs and Ham?
104.
I'll say 47.
The answer is 50.
Whoa!
Wow.
That's very impressive. Okay, Crystal, you're first. The 8 best-selling condiments in the U.S.
Ketchup.
That is number 3. Yes.
Mayonnaise.
That's number 1 for, which is sickens me. But anyway, go ahead. Crystal.
Mustard.
Yes. Eric.
Ranch dressing.
No.
Relish.
Also no. Come on now.
What?
Barbecue sauce.
Ooh, no.
Salsa.
Yes. The number 2 answer.
We've gone through the good ones.
Sir. No.
Nacho cheese sauce.
No.
Is it cheating to ask if all of the condiments are savory in nature? Like, would chocolate sauce count? That's what I'm
No.
guessing.
No. And also, Eric, I like to go back and have you like gone shopping? Where do you even buy the nacho cheese condiment? You can get that big jar. It's in the bottom of Walmart in aisle 4.
Yeah.
And you can get the small one that's next to the chips in aisle 3.
Yep.
But there's no other cheese in there. I know this because I often buy it. It's not a condiment that's often found in stores. It's also, I'm pretty sure, one of the worst possible things you can put in your body.
Well, I
Sorry.
can beat you on that one. How about easy cheese?
Ooh, that's even worse. You're right. And no.
Oh,
How about sriracha?
I'm gonna go with no.
how about Tabasco sauce?
Yes.
Oh,
It was an assist.
yeah.
There's 3 left. One of them you guys have kind of already said, but you're forgetting. Another one you've kind of already said, but it's different. And the third one, I don't actually believe that it should be in the top 8, even though it's one of my favorites.
I don't know if that helped me at all.
I'm not trying to help you. Come
You-
on now.
You are. I know you like to think that you're the villain in this little trivecta or whatever, but you enjoy helping us. And
I have to be the straight guy, and
I just said trifecta. That's not even a word. Like,
You're becoming more and more like Tom as we go.
I'm so befuddled. All right.
don't think I didn't see your snarky Facebook comment, Eric, about my pronunciation.
I'm going to say fry sauce.
What?
It's the ketchup mayonnaise combination that's super popular in like Utah and some other places. I
So
don't know.
you think that's one of the top 8 best-selling things? Okay, Eric, go.
It's better than guessing nothing.
I agree.
Blue cheese dressing.
No. All right, so here's the ones you missed. Miracle Whip.
Oh,
That's not mayonnaise?
no, it's not.
Wow, Eric. There's going to be some people really mad that you said that. Hot sauce.
Okay, sriracha is hot sauce.
First of all, that I almost want to make you lose a point for that.
Well, okay, if you want to go to the store, you're telling me that you can go to the condiment aisle and just buy something that says hot sauce with no other branding on it. Is that what you're telling me? Because
It's
no,
hot brand
buy,
sauce.
You can buy
You can
Frank's-
buy Louisiana hot sauce. It's a type of sauce. So sriracha is not hot sauce. They're 2 different things. How is it hot sauce? Because it's spicy? Then that would take Golden's mustard then as hot sauce. Don't get me started. Okay, next one.
Oh, wait, this is just you getting started?
Horseradish sauce.
Okay.
Oh, horseradish. Yeah.
All right. And the winner, undeservedly because of their bad attitude about food, Crystal.
Woo!
Unfortunately,
I wore my
there's
Chiefs jersey tonight.
no prizes this week.
Oh.
So you can look at, my daughter made me this. I
Aw.
think I think it's
Charmander.
a Pokemon.
Charmander.
Yes, I knew that. Eric, my kids are like so far down in the Pokemon thing, it's frightening. I think I just broke the Charmander.
Yeah, don't break Charmander.
I don't know how to put this
Breaking
back
mustaches, breaking Pokemon. You're just like Godzilla over there.
Smashing everything.
on. All right. Okay, folks, we got a bit of time here. We'll take some Q&A. So if you have any questions or things you'd like to ask any of the three of us, all of us, now is your chance. So go ahead.
Pull up the chat.
While we're there, let's talk about some great sauces that were not mentioned in this top 8. So, of course, we have horseradish sauce, but just A1 sauce goes on a lot more things than people think.
Oh,
People
yeah.
think steak. You can put A1 on all kinds of delicious things. Heinz 57 is a decent alternative to ketchup, but barbecue sauce, of course, is fantastic. Oh, cake or pie is the first question.
Is that? I imagine that's directed at all of us. Should we answer simultaneously?
Well, everyone knows my answer, so you guys go ahead.
I think I'd have to go with pie.
That's a point for Eric.
Hey, okay, I will admit though, Tom, even though I'm not a pie person, primarily because like I grew up in the Midwest and the pies were all like baked fruit pies. Like the key lime pie in Florida is on point, and I really, really like that. So like cold pies, I mean, yeah, pies that really typically would never be served warm, I tend to like more. But I'm really, a good cake is hard to beat.
I'll tell you this. So the key lime lady has me on speed dial. So anyway, so she told me she was opening up a new business and all. And so I ordered some pies from her, and I'm always trying to give her something new to do. So I said, can you make a cherry key lime pie? And she said, I don't know if cherry's strong enough flavor to mix with the key lime, but she tried it. It's the best pie I've ever had. I had to struggle to not eat more than one piece. I wanted to eat the whole pie. I wanted to just bury my face in it, and it's sickeningly good. Anyone coming to the retreat might get a piece of it. All right. Okay. Are you guys dressing up for Halloween?
So almost every year, I actually go pretty all out with my Halloween costumes. I do some pretty elaborate stuff. And this is one of the first years in recent memory that I currently do not have a plan for Halloween. And that kind of...
big deal. It's like 27 days away. You're
No,
fine.
you don't understand. I usually start building costumes 3 months before Halloween, typically. Like, I'll share some pictures maybe during my next live Q&A or something, or maybe I can pull some up on my phone while you all are chatting. But like, I go all out. So I've done Linda Belcher from Bob's Burgers. I've done Moaning Myrtle from Harry Potter. I've done Robin Sparkles from How I Met Your Mother. Have I bored Tom so much that he just left?
Took off.
He's just gone. I've done Shell from the video game Portal.
Nice.
Let's see. How would I find? I'm trying to think of the easiest way to find my Halloween pictures. I guess if I
think I've got a Powerpuff Girl outfit in the basement somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I considered dressing up as the new Doctor from Doctor Who. Okay, no, not that mask, Tom. No. Oh, I hate it. How do I block Tom's video? It's so terrifying. When we were playing Magical Athlete, at one point I spun around and whoever was standing directly behind me was wearing it. I literally jumped like 3 feet backward. It's just horrible. So here's an image of 4 of my costumes. Me dressed as a TARDIS, Moaning Myrtle, Linda from Bob's Burgers, and Shell from Portal. So I'll put this up as close as I can to the camera.
Very nice.
And this is just 4 of my recent costumes, but yeah, like I love Halloween. I've done some pretty cool stuff. I should try and find Robin Sparkles because I bet y'all would enjoy that if you are How I Met Your Mother fans.
Nice.
So, yeah. So what are you dressing up? Okay. Just...
Hey, I've worn that mask.
You have worn this mask.
I like that one better.
In my day, people didn't call sriracha hot sauce.
All right, so here's a side-by-side of me and the actress.
Nice.
Of me as Robin Sparkles. I wonder if I could pull out the full Oh, that's whatever. Let's go to the mall, everybody. It was a fun costume to make. I actually had, I bought an old denim jean jacket, 80s acid washed jean jacket, and took it to Circus, one of the crummy casinos here in town, to have it airbrushed. So I had Robin Sparkles airbrushed on the back of it.
What?
Yeah, I paid more money for that costume than most because I got everything custom made. I don't usually buy costumes. I usually make them as much as possible. And I'm just going to ignore Tom's camera right now.
Probably best.
Just not
pretend
even
he's not there.
Yeah. So somebody in the chat said my Linda costume is really good. I should actually pull up the whole family because my husband dressed as Bob and our 3 dogs were the 3 kids, and it was amazing. So let's see.
All right, well,
someone in the chat asked about how to submit puns to me. There's a thread on Board Game Geek that you can, send stuff, and I use a lot of things from there.
All right, let's see. Back to questions. Blah, 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 blah. When are we getting the Essen top 10 list? Tomorrow. Although Eric and me and Suzanne and Mandy's, I think that's in 2 weeks on Tuesday, maybe?
We're recording it a week from tomorrow, I think.
Right, so not this coming episode. It's not 276, it's 277.
Correct. I still need to get my list together.
I went through the list today. I'm working on the games we're going to be trying to pick up at Essen, and I think right now the list is at 383 games.
To pick up at Essen. Oh my!
And that's with the massive amounts coming. Okay, sorry. Talk, Crystal.
Oh yeah, so to make it big. So that's us, the whole family. We did the whiteboard, and it says "I'm dreaming of a white cheddar," and we sent this image out as our Christmas cards that year, with us and the 3 dogs. It was pretty awesome, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. How many pies do I have in my home at any given time? Not many, because I don't want to eat them. All right, I'm trying to lose weight. Let's see. People are talking about Heinz ketchup. You shouldn't use ketchup hardly at all, really. All right. People are arguing about pumpkin spice. Crystal's now my favorite Dice Tower contributor because she's a Chiefs fan.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. She roots for us, the same team as you. Wow, that makes her special.
No, I'm just already awesome, Tom. You haven't heard? All the rumblings on the internet are I'm coming to take over the Dice Tower. I'm slowly working my way up the chain.
Oh, well, okay. Sure.
See, now he gets quiet. No, it's fine.
Here's the keys. I'm out. All right, let's see.
I tell you what, people have said they want me in some of the top 10 videos with you all. If there was a way to get me to Florida more easily and quickly, I would totally crash top 10 lists all the time.
Yeah, we're actually going to make Eric participate in a top 10 video because he's somehow coming to the retreat early.
Somehow? Didn't you guys book my tickets?
I know.
Okay.
All right, let's see here. Blah, blah, blah.
During my Q&A on Sunday, someone actually suggested that Ambi, Mandy, Suzanne, and I all do a top 10 together when we're on the cruise in January. And I said that sounded like a pretty cool idea. Then somebody else was like, do the top 10 games that the guys are wrong about.
That would be a good idea. The problem is I think we have to schedule those meeting rooms way in advance. I'll talk to Jason, but I don't know.
Yeah, I told them, I said, honestly, it sounds like fun, but I recognize that you guys probably already had the schedule pretty nailed down at this point.
Actually, Eric, it sounds like we might not have to do a show. You and I could just let them do it.
We could just sit back. We could be in the audience and heckle them like Statler and Waldorf.
Tom is so inclusive when it comes to board games, but so snobby about food. No, folks, I just kid on the thing. You can eat any food you want. I don't mind. I'm very picky about what food I eat, but even then, I'm not that picky. My favorite kind of place to go to is a buffet. What's your favorite kind of cheese? Horseradish cheddar.
There's a Chipotle Toscano that Trader Joe's has that I've been addicted to lately, so that's the only one that comes to mind at the moment.
All of the above.
You see the new Ice Cube melting game releasing at Essen. Yeah, it's called Cool Runnings, which I think is a bad name for... I mean...
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Runnings, man.
I think it's just a bad translation.
Yo, people say they can't believe the board game with the ice cube trays.
Eins, zwei, drei, and push her down.
Push him down some ice. Oh man, we're horrible.
I love that movie. All right.
Really, really good. My sister and I, the scene, Yul Brenner says, "How about I beat your butt right now?" And Sanka goes, "How about I draw a line down the middle of your head so it looks like a butt?" That's the best line in the whole movie.
What's your favorite Halloween candy?
Candy corn.
Really?
I like candy corn a lot. In fact, M&M's actually usually makes a Halloween themed M&M that's white chocolate that's candy corn flavored, and it is the best M&M. It's so good. But like regular Halloween candy, like regular candy bars, I'm not going to pick one of those because you can get regular candy bars all year. So when you're talking just Halloween candy, I think things that you really can only get around Halloween.
Well, just as a heads up, because we live in the internet era, you can get any candy any time of year, and I know this is a fact.
Right, but with your pie thing, I have to like put things into bubbles. It's the same thing for me in December with eggnog. I love eggnog, and I have to pretend like it's impossible to make any month of the year but December, because otherwise I would be a much larger person than I currently am.
Oh, someone said circus peanuts. I do love those circus peanuts.
Wow.
I mean, I don't hate them, but I feel like they're not that great.
I could eat the whole bag of those. But for me, I just like any candy. I mean, it's hard for me to think Halloween candy. Halloween is just candy time. That's when you're allowed to eat candy.
Oh, stroop waffle,
Right?
warm or cold, doesn't matter. All of the above.
Yeah.
You know what candy I've gotten over though? When I was a kid, those wax teeth type candies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, or like the little juice in the wax bottle.
Bottles,
Yeah, the wax bottles.
I loved those as a kid. Now I'm like, man, I chewed that wax for about 10 seconds. I'm like, all right, whose idea
My
was
jaw
this?
hurts.
I really liked candy cigarettes when I was a kid. Those aren't really around anymore. But like they had ones that you literally would like, they had a hole in the middle of them and you would blow through them and a little poof of candy smoke would come out.
Like
Oh
sugar smoke.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I bought some of those when I first started teaching. This was a long time ago. The kids who are involved are now adults. And I put them on a chalkboard. And then I would, in the middle of teaching, I just picked one up and ate it. And the kids were like, what are you doing? And I was like, chalk is delicious. And I ate another one. And I was like, this is really good. And the kid's like, are you sure? I'm like, try a piece yourself. Of course, at that point, there was only chalk there. Once again, the kid involved in this situation is an adult now. And
everyone's fine.
I was really young at the time.
Oh man, I like that. That's a good one.
And just to clarify, if I could get away with doing this with my own kids, I'd probably try it again, but then Laura would whop me one. But chalk doesn't kill you, a little tiny piece. It's really horrible tasting, though.
Oh.
Alrighty, well, we really need to wrap this up. We'll be back in 2 weeks, folks, for another... Wait, will we?
I think so.
Yes, we'll be back in 2 weeks. That's right. That will be our pre-Essen. At that point, Eric and Crystal should have gotten the amazing games they chose last time.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And here's the deal, folks. Spread the word. Next time we do Dice Tower Tonight, we're going to do some audience participation in our game show with actual, real, physical money prizes, not able to be won by any current co-host of the Dice Tower.
Money prizes?
Well, like some cool stuff, certificate stuff.
Oh, okay.
So real prizes. Tell your friends to come watch Dice Tower tonight, and so that way they don't miss all these hijinks and wonderful, barbs from Tom Vassell.
Yes,
Barbs.
don't miss the barbs.
Alrighty.
Oh no! Don't put the mask back on. Stop it!
Oh,
Oh, he's putting the baby mask back on. I know
he
it.
is, isn't he? I don't know if I can read with that. Oh, golly.
Oh.
Alrighty. Well, until next time, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm terrified, Crystal Pisano.
And I'm really freaked out, Eric Summerer.
And apparently you've been watching Dice Tower tonight with a baby head.
Thanks for watching. Promotional consideration has been provided by game publishers in the form of review copies of games. Tom, Crystal, and I will see you in 2 weeks for another installment. Our show is supported by viewers like you. Thank you. Dice Tower Tonight is produced by Tom, Crystal, and me, with assistance from Derek Porter and Rob Seary. Posterior pinion prosthetics for pirate pups provided by We Stern Leg Ends. Timothy Pinkham composed our theme, and hosting is provided by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games at great prices at coolstuffinc.com. Give us your feedback on the Dice Tower Guild at Board Game Geek, on Facebook or Twitter, or by emailing us at dicetower@gmail.com. And don't forget to visit the other shows in the Dice Tower Network. Find something new at dicetowernetwork.com. That's dangerous! Until next time, from all of us at the Dice Tower, have fun gaming.
That pun was a real thinker, Eric. I liked it.
That came from the thread.
Good job, BGG.
This is really hard to do when I can't see.
See, you can't turn off the stream.
We're going to be here forever. We're trapped with the baby mask. Oh.